go to the gym at 4 in the morning.
That's just stupidity. I don't even care if that offends you or not. I don't even care.
You know why? You know why I go at 4 in the morning?
A stupidity. I don't. No, I don't know why. Because there's nobody there
Yes, there's nobody there. Plus, I can spend extra time with the fiance.
at the gym.
Yes.
You guys live together. Ain't that enough? I'm destined to live alone, Chris. You know that, right?
You're not destined.
I think so.
You can always get a cat
I
or a
just said
dog.
you could spend more time with your fiance. But you live together. What do you need more spend more time for? That's horrible.
You can always get a cat or a dog. You know, maybe a fish.
You know, a dog may be cheaper in the long run. I don't
There
have
you
to take
go.
it out. I don't have to take it out to dinner. I don't have to buy it.
You just buy some dog food from the grocery store when you go there. You can get a coupon.
Buy him a couple of toys. You know.
Yeah. Heck, you don't even need a toy. Just you know those old socks that you're going to throw out here in a while. Just give him those old socks.
You know that doesn't make sense. If I date, let's say I meet somebody, and oh, she's the one, blah 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 blah, barf barf. I can move her in, right? They don't
Yes.
charge me extra money. I want a dog, and they want a damage
It's
deposit, and
it's
I got to pay.
$200 damage deposit plus another $20 a month, I think.
That's some bull crap.
Well, you're
And
better off just getting a human. They're cheaper.
right?
Or just
But
don't tell them. They'll never know, like Kimberly just said.
that's
We had
true.
we
I
had
did have.
biscuit. We had biscuit for a while and didn't tell them. But then, like they were doing the inspections, and we panicked and told them. But then they never did the inspection to our apartment.
Yeah, they were doing it randoms today, and they never showed up. Thank goodness. So
I think they just say that to say they're random to go into the people that they want to check out.
I think that's what they're doing too. I think they've got people on the list that they're wanting to check. I think it's exactly right.
Right now, I am cutting out wedding invitations.
With scissors?
Yes, I'm allowed to play with scissors
Really?
because Kimberly can't do everything by herself anymore. That she does. She's been doing about 95%, maybe 98% by herself.
Well, you know, it is just your job is just to show up. I mean, in your defense,
Well, that's your job. Your job is just to show up too and eat
I
some
might
good
I might have planned. What day is that?
bitch. It is June. You better be joking.
No, I'm
I'll
just asking. I
drag
don't
you
have.
there.
No, the only plans I have in June is if me and Josie go see Paramore, and that's during the week.
June 24th.
June 24th. I don't think it's. I doubt if I have any plans. I don't have any plans. I wouldn't do that. That horrible.
I once almost accidentally made plans on a wedding day. Like I was like, no, I'm free. And then I was like, what is so familiar about that day? And I looked and I was like, oh shit, I got a wedding.
I'm looking at the concerts that day. That's it. But I don't think there's. I've already committed to this, so I'm not gonna. I'm not that guy who gets a better offer.
Deal.
Yeah, I don't do that to people. That's mean.
All right. Let's get down to some meat and potatoes. I'm gonna start with what me and Kimberly watched this week. We watched the new show on HBO called The Last of Us, based on the video game on PlayStation by Naughty Dog called The Last of Us. Um, The Last of Us video game was probably one of, if I have a list of like top 3 video games, it is arguably, it'll be number 2. Like I can't say it's number 1 because number 1 in my top 3 is The Witcher. Um, but if it's definitely number 2 or 3. Um, I have to look and see what I have to think about it. It isn't in the list of 3 games that I cried, like legitimate tears when I played the game. And HBO came out with the show with Pedro Pascal is the main guy, Joel, and then Bella, she played Lady Mormont from
Right, she was in Game of Thrones. Right.
I gotta look up her name. And I want to make sure I get their names right. Bella Ramsey. She was in Game of Thrones. They're both in Game of Thrones, but Pedro Pascal is probably more known for The Mandalorian at this point.
Oh yeah.
So basically, it's in the grand scheme of things, it's a zombie survival show and game set like 20 years after the zombies.
If I never played this game, will I like the show?
Yes.
Okay.
This first episode, if I was going to give it a score of like 1 to 100 on like following the show, at least this first episode, it's probably about a 95 on its following the show. They changed some stuff, and I'm not too upset with how they changed some stuff. Pedro Pascal, is a little bit darker than the original character. So, his daughter was a different race. It didn't bother me. I don't really care. It's a video game. I'm not that vested in,
Right.
who they are or what they are. They kind of changed the story a little bit. I'm not going to spoil anything because Kimberly's watching it with me, so I don't really want to say anything. But they changed some stuff. There's a couple characters around that are a little too early to be around. At least,
they
granted,
did it for time constraints.
Yeah, this is also me that I haven't played the game since I was in college, and that's been almost 8 years now. So I forget when the game originally came out and when I played it, but it's been a minute since I played it. So they might be completely on track, and my memory's just off.
Right.
But I feel like there's a character around right now that shouldn't be there. But basically the premise is, mostly in zombie shows, it's like a virus or a bacteria. And this, it is, that cordyceps fungus that turns ants into zombies, like the real life one. It is that fungus mutated to affect humans. It's a little more believable in that sense.
Sure.
In my opinion, because that's an actual thing. Other than some virus that came out of nowhere. But the sets are really good. They make the sets look like maybe this is what this Boston would look like 20 years after everything went down. And in the first sequence, the first episode is, what would you say? It's about an hour and 15 minutes, Kimberly. It was like an hour and a half.
Is it one of those series where they get shorter each episode?
Let me take a look, because HBO is usually pretty good about posting episode time.
God.
The shortest episode is 46 minutes, and the longest episode is going to be 81 minutes.
Okay.
So not too bad, not too bad. But like the whole thing of the show, and the game is Pedro Pascal is trying to get Ellie across the country because she is immune to the fungus. She got bit and didn't turn, so he's going to try and get her across the country to get a cure going, because there's a doctor in like Colorado, I think it is, that's gonna get a cure going.
All right.
But I forgot Nick Offerman's in it.
I'll have to check it out eventually.
It's like you said, you haven't played the game. You're not gonna hate it because you haven't played the game.
Right.
You don't really need to play the game to know what's going on. Just realistically, it's your stereotypical zombie movie TV show game. Kimberly doesn't like scary movies and stuff, and she said it's pretty cool.
It's not scary.
Would you say it's scary, Kimberly, yet, or just kind of creepy? She said no, it's just a lot of weird stuff.
Okay. I'll check it out.
Watch it with your lights out. um, is there any? You have any questions about it?
No, because I want to watch it. I don't want to know too much about it.
Okay.
I'll watch it eventually.
Did you? I know you've been in a bit of a funk. Have you watched anything?
I've been watching old stuff. I watched iRobot the other day.
Great movie.
That is a good movie. Like that's one of his most underrated movies. That's one of Will Smith's most underrated movies.
And the director after that movie decided he was never going to direct in Hollywood again.
Really?
Yeah, he did one more. He did two more movies because paychecks talk. He did that Gods of Egypt and something else. So
The
he had
Gods
his
of
one hit.
Egypt was slow as all get out.
Yeah, he had his one movie and he's done.
Alex Proyas.
Yeah. Kimberly, you liked iRobot, right? With Will Smith?
He's done a few stuff. It's just small stuff.
Yeah, but he said he's never going to work with like major Hollywood.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's just doing small stuff. But I watched it, and all of these movies come out where robots come out to help people and then end up wanting to take over the world. Maybe we shouldn't be making robots. I mean, I'm just kind of saying.
Well, we got to put the 3 laws of robots in it. What are they again?
But the 3 laws of robots didn't matter in this one.
That's because they became too smart. We can't let them get that smart.
And okay, so and then because this reminds me of another movie with, oh, here it is. Law 1: a robot may not injure a human being or through inaction allow a human being to come to harm. Law 2: a robot must obey orders given to it by human beings except where such laws would conflict with the first law. And Law 3: a robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second law. There was a movie in 1985. It's really good. It's called oh shit, I just went blank. Runaway. Tom Selleck. And he plays this. It's got Gene Simmons as the bad guy.
Okay.
And in the new future, this is basically the plot. A police officer specializes in malfunctioning robots. When a robot turns out to have been programmed to kill, he begins to uncover a homicidal plot to create killer robots. And of course, it is the engineer, and the engineer is played by Gene Simmons. He's the bad guy. So, I mean, there you go. I mean, that says it all. That one was written by the movie was written by Michael Crichton. I didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah, Runaway was written by Michael Crichton. So, I mean, you've got Runaway that came out in 1984, and then you've got iRobot, which was a short story by Isaac Asimov. I'm just saying, let's quit. I mean, I know it's all cute. You got robots shooting baskets, and then you got robots delivering food to people. And next thing you know, they're going to be turning red and taking over the world.
Did you ever hear about the Facebook chat bots?
Yes.
So for those of you who don't know, I think it was Facebook, made these 2 AI robots that could talk. And eventually they created their own language within like a day, and no one could decipher it. So they had to pull the power.
Yes. See? I mean, that's what I'm saying. Dude, it can happen. We need to quit making robots. So
at least once I could do stuff, robots in factories still good.
And then last night I watched Play Misty for Me.
What is it called?
Play Misty for Me.
Play Misty for Me.
It's a Clint Eastwood movie. He plays a radio DJ, and this woman falls in love with him. He has he kind of has a tryst with her, and she goes psycho on him, and she stalks him, and she's this utter nut job, and it's pretty crazy. But it was a good movie. A little slow and it kind of paced a little slow, but it's from 1971, so you kind of got to throw that in there.
Mm-hmm.
I think he must have just moved to Carmel, California, because all the shots are like there's a lot of shots of the coastline.
Oh, jeez.
He's
Yeah,
got
he
a lot
probably
of
just walked out his back door. All right, let me get a shot real quick.
I don't know if that was. I don't know when his directorial debut was, but he directed it, and Clint Eastwood did, and it's got a lot of shots of the ocean, and it's a good movie. Like if they remade it now, I don't know how you would remake it now because nobody listens to the radio anymore.
I listen to XM all the time.
Yeah, but like not local radio. Like
I did on the bus.
yeah, but do you listen to late night jazz, and then you have this guy, and you stalk him and or girl or whatever? See, people wouldn't do that.
But they might make it like a podcast or something.
You know, they could do it. It could be like a podcast, and where like maybe they listen to a podcast. I mean, you could figure out where those people live, you know, or where they hang out because they talk about where they hang out.
I mean, that's what we've done. Like, if people could figure out where we live really easily from what we've said.
Yeah,
Like,
but
we've legitimately said where we live. Isn't that right, Mikey? Welcome back to the show.
Those 6
Sure.
people are not gonna really stalk us, I don't think.
I miss
You
you,
never
guys.
know. We missed you too. We're just happy you're back. It's
Good.
been like a year. I haven't seen you since last year. I got my dad joke in, so
Yeah. Got to.
But I think that's all I've watched. I watched the new Night Court. It's Melissa Rauch as the judge. It's not very funny. It's not terrible, but it's not very funny. I'm trying to think if I've watched anything else. I guess not.
Mikey, did you watch The Last of Us?
No. I've been watching. I'm like I got 2 episodes left of the 3rd season of Jack Ryan.
So do I. He just
Yeah.
went to I'm not gonna say anything. You said 2 episodes left, right?
Yeah.
So he just went to Russia?
Yes. I
Okay.
think
So we're in the same spot.
Yeah.
And Jack Ryan is Jim Halpert. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yep. Why is Jim being mean to the Russians?
Huh?
Jim Halpert.
I was making an Office reference of, why was he being mean to the Russians?
Because he saw Rocky IV, and everybody knows that Rocky IV is one of the greatest movies in the history of movies. And
Rocky movies are overrated and shit.
you better shut your mouth.
I will not shut my mouth.
Shut your mouth.
Creed was a good movie.
Shut your
but
mouth. Wasn't the
I
second
never-
one boring? I never saw the second one. I heard it was kind of.
It was slow. It wasn't bad. It was just slow. Mikey, what do you think? Oh, go ahead.
Without Rocky, we have no Karate Kid. And with no Karate Kid, we have no Cobra Kai.
I don't think that's. I don't know if you can actually say that.
That's a bit of a stretch right there.
Yeah.
It isn't because it's the same director made Rocky that made Karate Kid. So I'm just saying.
Sylvester Stallone?
Oh.
No, John Avildsen. Stallone wrote it. I don't think he directed it.
I know, and they tried to pay him off not to even act in it.
Yes, they did. So it's a Rocky story in real life, Chris.
Mhm. Yeah, and it still sucked.
Kiss my ass.
Present. Mikey, what do you think of the of Jack Ryan so far?
It's really good.
I think it's better than
yeah.
last season.
I don't remember much of last season, but I do like it. It's the same feel, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Does he go on a different mission every season?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a new threat.
It's like 24. Every season's a different mission.
Okay.
It's funny because I just watched episode 6 today. That was actually just a couple hours ago. I was with Sierra and she's like I was almost complaining that we were always watching her shows because she likes to watch cooking shows, which isn't bad, but
Welcome
watching
to
her
the
shows.
club.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
dude. And I was like, she's like, I always watch your shows. I'm like, when's the last time we watched my show or whatnot? It's like, because she walked in on me watching 1923.
I thought this was going somewhere else.
No, yeah. Well, I was watching 1923, and she's like, "What is this?" I said, "It's 1923. It's the prequel to Yellowstone." And she's like, "Oh," she just gave me that look, and I'm like, "All right, what do you want to watch?" Like, God damn it. But anyway, so I was like, so she turned this on and she got hooked. It was episode 5, just in the middle of the season. She's like, she was asking me some questions and I answered them. She understood them, and she finished the season, or she wanted to finish the season, so she liked it.
Good. So now you need to watch a Great British Baking Show on Netflix with her.
Holy shit, guys.
No, I don't
Wow.
think so.
The only cooking show I watch isn't even a cooking show. I watch Restaurant Impossible.
Oh,
One of
Like
my
she-
favorite is Guy's Grocery Games.
yeah, that's a good one. She's been watching Hell's Kitchen. We watched the pressure cooker one. That was pretty good. And there's one that we watched. It was the cost. Uh, I don't know. It was another new one on Netflix.
And when they redid,
Competitions.
well, my brother got me hooked on Restaurant Impossible because he was on the episode where they redid Ducky's.
Yeah.
He's on that.
Oh, okay.
He
Then
volunteered.
try and shut him down.
Yeah, so he could take over the restaurant. Because that's exactly what he did. Shut him down and took over the restaurant. But yeah, he's on that show. So I started watching it. It's a great show. I always wanted to go to one of the restaurants that they redo, but they're never like near here.
You could have gone to Ducky's.
I wasn't in Kokomo when they redid
I know.
Ducky's. When I got here, it ended up being Choo Choo Magoo's.
Which
their food ain't bad, but it's
No.
He could Restaurant Impossible that restaurant too, because
There's
not,
too much stuff. There's too much on the walls. There's too big of a menu. They got to focus it down.
dude.
Like how many? You got me into that part.
No,
like,
you're
all
so
that.
right because damn it, every time I go to a restaurant, I like a regular. I'm not talking chain restaurant. I'm talking like a restaurant, like a real restaurant. I always check the menu and see if it's too big, and it's that damn show that did it.
Well, that was okay. I went to Cheesecake Factory probably like 3 times in my life. I was too young really to remember the times before because I was in like
Dude.
elementary school. But I went with Kimberly last year.
They got
and
a book.
Cheesecake Factory. I didn't know what to get.
I either get a cheeseburger or the factory burrito. That's the two I get. It's the only thing I get.
Kimberly and I were both like, this food's not even that good. Like I liked what she got better than what I got, and she liked what I got better than what she got.
Factory
we just traded
burrito
plates.
The factory burrito is really good, and I can eat half of that and get a cheesecake and eat it there and take my burrito home, and I got lunch next day. But yeah, that's a freaking book. That is a huge menu.
But yet they're still such like a popular big restaurant.
Because they rely, you know why? Because they can afford to have all that
Social media
crap laying around because their main seller is, it's the Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People go there to eat so they can get the cheesecake, or they'll just go for the cheesecake, or they'll order cheesecake. It's not their seller isn't their food. They got decent food, but that's not their main seller. They can afford to have product laying around in the back, not getting used, because their main product is cheesecake.
Yeah. No, but ever since like you told me that, like I don't remember where we went.
We were at Choo Choo Magoo's.
Oh yeah, we were, and you were talking about it, and you're like this, and that, and now I can't help but see that when we go to restaurants. I go to restaurants.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I do
like
exactly.
One of the biggest culprits is Harvey Hinklemeyer's. They got a book, and they got so much going on.
Yeah, they don't know what they want to sell. Which one is it?
Do they want to be a pasta or a pizza place, Italian place, or a diner?
Right, exactly. But they got good pizza.
They do have good pizza, They have good their hoagies and their ham and cheese sandwiches. Oh,
Yeah,
their burgers are actually pretty good.
their hoagies are good. I do like their hoagies. Yes.
Their food's really good. It's just they got a lot.
Yeah.
to choose.
Yeah. I concur. I haven't been when I eat out. I haven't ate out. I did have White Castle the other day. I went and socialized on Saturday.
Ooh.
Went to a party.
What-
in
whose
Indianapolis.
party?
Is a guy. So when I was in line for The Room, when I went to see The Room,
Yeah.
well, I was in line for like 2 hours before the movie starts. So when like when you hang out in line, sometimes you end up talking to people.
Yeah, you actually socialize.
Yeah. So that's where I met this guy. His name's Chad, and he would invite me to these. He would invite me to his parties all the time, and I'd never went. And then he had a party a few months ago for his girlfriend, so I went to that and took cookies, and so he had another party Saturday night, and I got invited. I blame my ex-wife Gina for making me go the first time because now I'm roped into the party that he has. So I went out and but we played games. We played a game called Right or Racist, and it's a pretty fun game. We played that. And,
How do you play? I am
okay, so-
curious.
they'll ask you a question, like they'll say such a like let's say the question is 40% of people who get abortions are Catholic. Is that right or racist? And you have to answer if you think that's the statistic is right. I'm making that statistic up. I have no idea what the statistic is, but you have to decide whether that's right or it's racist. So you have a card on one side that says right, and on the other side it says racist. So all the players, they have these huge pile of cards that ask questions like that. And one person asks, you go around the table, and if they are right, if it's if it says 40% of women that get abortions are Catholic, I say that's racist. Well, if it ends up in only being say 17%, then I was right. So I would get the card. Or if other people who chose racist, they can pick who they give the card to, and the first person with 10 of those cards wins the game. So it's a pretty fun game. I think it's a little leans towards one side. I won't say which side, but I'm sure you could guess which side. But it is a very fun game. I did enjoy it quite a bit. So if y'all want a party game, that's a pretty good game to check out. It's called Right or Racist. So
Is it like, can you buy it, or is it more of a?
No, you can buy it. He got it for Christmas. So
Oh, I bet I can guess who it's made by. Let me pull it up. Yep, I am not surprised. It's made by the same people that make Cards Against Humanity and
yeah.
What do you mean?
Oh, yeah. It's a fun game. I really enjoyed it. I would play it again. It's a lot of fun. So I did that. So I'm done socializing until I don't know. I think me and Josie's going to some vintage sale in February. Up at Valparaiso.
Valparaiso.
Yeah, having a vintage fest where they sell a bunch of vintage clothes and shit. So we're gonna go to that. But I went to Sam's last week.
Who's Sam?
Went to Sam's Club. That's the first time went to Sam's Club since I bought my Sam's card.
Come on.
I got
I
10
don't know
pounds.
if that is sad or.
I got 10 pounds of chicken breast.
There you go.
I got these chicken cordon bleu, frozen chicken cordon bleu, like they're breaded. I had a couple of them the other night. Those are really good. You have to cook them for like 40 minutes because it's raw chicken inside. It's not just like you reheat them. It's actually got raw chicken. And then what else did I buy? I bought a big thing of peanuts for work. You know those big containers they have full of peanuts. I got one of them. And then I bought Josie some Kraft macaroni and cheese because they had 18 boxes of Kraft macaroni and cheese for $13. That's a bargain.
That ain't bad at all.
So that's what I bought at Sam's Club. So I don't have to buy chicken for a while.
Yeah, you
For-
will.
For chicken breast.
Did you buy the new cryptocurrency of chicken eggs?
Oh
No.
my gosh.
I own crypto, but
I
I don't.
thought crypto was
chicken.
dead.
No,
Basically.
it's still hanging around.
The thing with crypto is it's going to become a real thing once like the U.S. government figures out how to regulate.
Tax it.
Yeah. And then they'll be like, hey, we're trying out this cryptocurrency. And then, then that's the time that crypto is going to explode. The reason this is just me. I don't know much about crypto or anything, but
If you invest now, you just got to sit and wait for it. It's not a get rich quick scheme.
yeah, maybe back in the day when, what's it called was exploding, Bitcoin,
Right.
but not now.
I own. What do I have? I've got a few different. I forget even how much I invested. It's just not worth anything right now. I have. What are my assets?
I don't know. I just think I'd rather like invest if I did invest. I mean, it'd be something tangible almost.
I've got Bitcoin, Shiba Inu, and I've got Dogecoin. That's what I have.
I don't have anything because I don't trust current crypto because especially after the FTX thing, just wait till they pull the plug and take it and run, take the money and run.
Well,
That's what a lot of crypto turned into. There was like a legitimate like year I follow a Twitter handle. It's called like Crypto Bros posting their L's, and there was like a year where like the same group of guys would make a new crypto. They would get like $1 million, pull the plug, post a meme about how they ripped everybody off, and then do it again like a month later.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time I've wasted my money on stupid shit. So,
But I'm also going to say, with how long Bitcoin and Dogecoin has been around, I don't think it's going to get the plug.
well, that's
pulled.
why I picked those. That's why I picked Dogecoin. I mean, Bitcoin I got like they give it to you when you invest. Like my first investment, they gave me so much in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So that's how I got Bitcoin, and then I've got Shiba. Shiba's been around a while too. So
There was one thing that I always laugh about with like Bitcoin was there was a StarCraft 2 tournament I watched. Way back in the day, there was a YouTuber that was like my favorite called Cynical Brit. He passed away from cancer, but he had his favorite game was StarCraft 2, and one of his favorite games, and he had a tournament. First grand prize was like $10,000. Second place was like 5 Bitcoins, and third place was 2 Bitcoins. Who do you think in the end won the second and the third place for the Bitcoins?
I don't know.
Well, yeah, because like 5 Bitcoins was like $100,000
Right.
after that.
That's true.
But that was also back when Bitcoin was like cheap.
Yeah, you've got to. Yeah, those people. I mean, when those people hit it big with Bitcoin, they got lucky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it
They were-
skyrocketed, and if you didn't cash out then, if this stuff blows up like that, I'm cashing out immediately.
Cash it out and disappearing.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I'll just say Chris didn't
halfway
kill
there.
himself. Hashtag Chris didn't kill himself.
that's right. I wouldn't do that.
Excuse me.
Find me in Speedway. I really wouldn't disappear. Everybody knows I'd end up in Speedway. It's not a lie.
Who's that guy with like a random Indy car just racing around the track?
I was thinking about that today. I was like somebody just won like $1 billion, right? And one ticket in Maine won the $1 billion lottery, which is like $500 million basically after taxes. Which I ain't complaining. I'll take $500 million. And I was like debating. I'm like, would I buy a house in Speedway or would I just live in those apartments on Main Street so I wouldn't have to like upkeep a house because I'm lazy. And I'm like, yeah, I'd probably buy a house because I want a car for my garage. You know,
Yeah.
a garage for my car. I mean, so I would probably, but moving to Speedway is still not out of the question. My nephew wants me to do it so he don't have to get up early and drive to the track on race day. He can come down on Saturday and spend the night.
He's just looking out for himself.
Yeah, he is. He's like, do it. He's like, that means I can come down and spend the night. I don't have to get up so early on race day to come down to the track.
And I mean, the good thing is, like, your current job, you can kind of go anywhere. You don't have to.
Yeah, exactly. I can go anywhere I want. Yeah, that's exactly right.
As long as you have a good connection. And I'm gonna guess Speedway has a good connection.
I would say they would have. Yeah, I mean, they do actually.
Those are now the boonies.
Oh, and they announced who was playing the Snake Pit today, guys. This is up your alley, Mikey. I know you're.
Oh,
I'm looking it up right now.
is it Taylor Swift?
No, it's all EDM stuff.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I like EDM. Who is it?
I think she has a tour going on anyway at that time. So
She does. I think she has a tour going on right now.
I don't know when her first date is. I would say probably sometime in March or April when it first starts.
No, she plays this summer, right? It has.
Yeah.
Cascada is headlining.
I don't know that one.
Subtronics.
Don't know that one.
John Summit.
Nope. I
Jaws.
up my alley.
Jaws. Jauz.
I don't know any of these people.
Oh, but you're gonna know this one because I was like, damn, I would like to see this. Diesel.
Nope.
Yes, you do.
I don't know Diesel.
You know Diesel.
I only know Matt Diesel.
No, you know Diesel.
Hold on.
Diesel's a nickname. He's like 7'2", 300 some odd pounds.
Oh, Shaq. Fucking
Yes.
Shaq?
Oh,
Shaq.
Shaq?
Shaq is playing.
I forgot that was his name.
I did too.
I was like, man,
Yeah,
I
that'd
kind
be
of
freaking
want
crazy.
to see Shaq.
Yeah.
You know, he's a former NBA champion. You should just start doing that. NBA champion, Dream Team. No, he wasn't on the Dream Team.
He was on Dream Team 2, though, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was on Dream Team too because Leitner kind of was a bust.
And that was one with Reggie. Reggie was on Dream Team 2.
Yep. And then he quit doing he quit playing overseas because he hurt his ankle real bad and missed part of the season. And then that's why stars quit playing in the big stars quit playing, and then that's why we had Grease happen.
The movie?
Yes. And also that's why we got third place in Grease.
Oh, okay.
Go Grease.
So, Hank Jr.'s coming to Deer Creek. I just watched that a couple of weeks ago. I watched it during work. I watched Grease. Hank Jr.'s coming to Noblesville's Deer Creek in June 17th. Chris might be going to see Hank. I just hope he ain't I hope he's just the slightly drunk Hank and not the one that can't sing Hank that falls all over the stage.
My brother's gonna go see him.
Well, lawn seats are only like $29.
He says he's gonna get 4 tickets.
So
Luke Combs is coming to Lucas Oil.
Lucas Oil? Ooh.
Luke Combs, Riley Green, Laney Wilson, Flatland Cavalry, and Brent Cobb.
I am not a big fan of stadium shows.
I'm not either, but I might for Luke Combs.
I think Hank Jr.'s Eric Church is coming too. He's coming in August, I think.
That ain't bad.
But I think, like I said, we're gonna go see Paramore in June. So June 5th, I think it's Paramore. Paramore's playing at they're playing at Fieldhouse.
Morgan Waller's gonna be at Ruoff.
No, he's not. I didn't think he was coming to Indy again.
Ruoff is in Indy, but it says April 24th.
Still Indy.
Morgan
It's
Waller.
Deer Creek.
Yeah.
Oh, this is 2022. Why does it show me 2022?
I was gonna say, yeah, that ain't right.
that
He played
was-
last year.
Yeah. I thought he released his thing again, or maybe he didn't yet. But
That's really confusing. Why was it showing me 2022?
I don't even know. Matchbox 20 is going to be there too. I'd like to see them again. I ain't seen them. I haven't seen them since their second album. That was in 2001.
oh my gosh,
Yeah, I haven't seen them in 21 years. They played the first time I saw them. They played at the Orlando Arena, which that's where they're from. They're from Orlando, and they had Lifehouse and Everclear played with them. Friggin' Everclear! I thought Everclear was better than Matchbox 20, but Everclear had been around
yeah.
longer, so that kind of makes sense. But yeah, they're playing there too. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I was just gonna say the only 2 concerts I ever been to were the first one was
Barney.
Foreigner, Kansas, and who else was it? It was Foreigner, Kansas, and there was a third band. I can't think of who it was. And then my other concert was Florence and the Machine.
That's the only 2 shows you've been to
Yes,
your whole life?
only two concerts I've ever been to.
I went to like 5 shows last year.
I know. I'm thinking about actually buying some tickets right now to Luke Combs.
Because we saw Korn twice. It was Greta Van Fleet. Breaking Benjamin, that was 4. Yeah, and we saw The Garden.
$190 each. Oh my god.
Yeah, you know what? You got to pay an ass load of money for stadium shows, and you get the shittiest seats in them.
Yeah, I'm looking at like these seats, and it's like, I get to see his sideburns.
It's not, and it's so, and now, like I said, I mean, I know when we saw the Stones, this goes back. This is '94. It's a Voodoo Lounge tour. Yeah, at Florida Field, where the Gators play, which is a big ass football stadium, holds 80,000 people. They had the pricing, but it wasn't unreasonable. Like floor seats were like 75 if you wanted to be on the field. The very back of the stadium was $25, and then all the side seats were $50. And because we got lucky, we were right next to the stage for $50, and they had like these. The stage would go out, like they had these little offshoots and things.
Yeah.
So like Mick Jagger was like maybe 30 feet away from us at certain portions of the show when he would come out on the little out ramp thing. So, but every other stadium show I've been to, I've always been in the back. I saw the Eagles. We were clear at 100 yards from the freaking stage, from the stage, because we were in the back of the football stadium. So you're 100 yards away from the stadium or from the stage. That's a long ass way to watch a concert.
I'm looking at tickets right now, and like the cheapest tickets are $125 each, and they are in section 629 in like the nosebleeds.
Oh my god!
$125.
That's a lot of money. I was surprised. I'll go. I'll just. You know what? He's one of them guys where wait till he shows up in 15 years at Ruoff and go pay $29 for lawn seats.
Yeah, that's one thing I like about Rudolph is the lawn seats.
That's how I'll go see Hank Jr. I've been wanting to see Hank Jr. for since the 80s. So I figured this now might be my only chance. So I'll go pay the $29 to see Hank Jr. That's why I was asking what day your wedding was, because I knew he was playing in June. So it's the week before, so I'm okay, I think.
You're not gonna have to make a hard choice.
No, we're going to see Hank.
Have I told you guys what we're doing for our honeymoon?
No.
We are going on an Alaskan Disney cruise. The date What'd you say?
I didn't know Disney did Alaskan cruises.
Neither did I until I looked it up.
Wow.
We were just going to do an Alaskan cruise, but we were like, let's do Disney Alaskan.
Yep. Like whales, glaciers, eagles, and Mickey Mouse all put together. That sounds fun, though. I'm jealous. I would love to go to Alaska.
We are leaving like the next day. We are getting our passports this weekend. And then
So, like, you fly to Seattle, I'm guessing?
no, we fly to Vancouver.
Oh, you're leaving out of Canada.
Yeah.
Okay. Usually I thought I know a lot of them leave out of Seattle, so.
Yeah, a lot of them do, but this one leaves out of Vancouver. Which I mean, it's not a bad thing. We have to get our passports.
Right.
So, and
Yeah.
then I've only been to Canada once, and that was back before you needed passports.
I've never been to Canada.
The only reason we went there was when we were building my parents' new house, and my dad hated my dad hated how like the EPA regulated certain toilets functions. So to get a high flow toilet that he liked, we drove to Canada and brought it back to America and put it in the house.
That's dedication, man.
It is because he hates low flow toilets, so we went to Canada to get a high flow toilet.
Is that the only time you've been out of the country?
Yes.
I've been out of the country. I've been to Cozumel, Belize, and Miami.
Well, you could say Kentucky because Kentucky is a different country in some
Dude,
places.
you should go to Miami. It is like it is like a whole other country down there.
Hey, I
Like,
work in
it's not-
Jacksonville. I know how it goes.
You
down
work in
Florida.
That's crazy.
Dude, I
Yeah,
had 3 Spanish callers, and like the third one, I made sure I said it before like the phone came in, but I was like, oh my god, another one. Like I verbally said that. I was I don't say I was pissed, but I was like, ugh.
I always like it when they. My name is Ellen Smith, ELLEN Smith, S as in Sam, M as in Mary. I bet you I know how to spell Smith. Just shut up. I don't
No,
know.
and then you get the ones that have like my last name, and they just
They
sit there
don't
like
spell it. Yeah, but you only need the first 3 letters and it'll come up.
shit. You only need like the first letter. Just type the M,
Well, that's
and
true
then
too.
all you need is a first name.
I've done that before too. So
Mikey, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you have your segment ready next to you?
Yeah.
we skipped
Hold on,
our
let's see what-
segment this week. We were supposed to talk about.
Hold on, give me a second.
We skipped
did-
your segment.
No, we skipped our what we were going to talk about.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I honestly did. Let's save it till next week.
We can.
Yeah, so-
do you know what we never talked about was
What?
Jeremy Renner almost dying over New Year's?
I did. I legitimately barely have ever seen any information on that.
He just got out of the hospital.
I saw that. What happened? Did he get hit by a snowplow?
He got ran over by his own snowplow. It sounded like
Oh my gosh.
he was trying
he,
to help
like-
people out, and he got ran over, and it like messed his leg up, and it broke
Yeah,
his
I
ribs.
saw that.
and-
Like he legitimately was like close to dying at one
yeah,
point.
they said he about bled out
Okay.
at the crash scene there. So.
Okay.
So Jeremy Renner, I mean, I don't know if he'll walk again. I don't know. They said the same thing about Tiger Woods. So they can do pretty amazing thing and in medicine when you have a lot of money.
Mhm.
Because South Park taught us that with Magic Johnson. He turns his money into medicine for AIDS.
Anyway, let's move on to my segment. It is called. One second. Let me pull it back up.
That's what she said.
Oh, I want to get this right. Da-da-da-da-da. My phone is being stupid.
How come every time I watch the Pacers, they get killed?
See, that's why I don't watch them. Because
Yeah, like I don't watch them, and they're like they play amazing, But Halliburton's
Alrighty.
not playing tonight, so
Mikey's Movie Madness. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay. Reach in my canister here for a movie ticket that we
Excuse
will
me while I
discuss.
whip this out.
It is super faded. Pompeii.
Oh, what's his face's like movie debut after Game of
Yeah.
Thrones?
Well,
This is February 20th of the 2014.
Jon Snow.
Yeah, Jon
Yep.
Snow's movie debut. That I don't think is really his movie debut, but it was in 14 after he got big. Kit Harington.
Yeah.
You know
Pompeii.
that and it had Keither Sutherland in it too. I forgot about that.
It did?
Yeah, he was Corvus, the bad guy.
Yes, he was Corvus.
Huh.
And Emily Browning, whoever that is.
She's been in some things.
She reminds me of. What was she in?
She was in Sucker Punch,
Okay.
Nothing that I
The
have seen.
Uninvited. She's been in some stuff. She's never really like
She's just a busy actress.
yes.
Oh, she was in Ghost Ship.
Yeah, and Lemony Snicket's movie.
Makes me
Oh,
want to
she
watch
was-
Pompeii again.
Oh, she was in Darkness Falls.
It's
too.
been a while.
I
Like,
have
don't
never seen
remember it.
Pompeii. Is it any good?
Really?
It's honestly not a bad movie, if I remember correctly.
I think it's kind of predictable. Like it's one of those, but
Well, you know
of
Pompeii's
course,
gonna
yeah.
explode.
Right.
Basically,
Yeah.
he's like a slave and falls in love with like a senator's daughter, if I remember correctly.
Well,
And the guy that's supposed to marry her is like a general or something. And basically, he has to fight in the arena against the general. They take a few things from like Spartacus and then some things from like
Gladiator.
Gladiator. And then like doesn't it like explode like during their fight, Mikey?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it turns into like a natural disaster survival movie.
I'm pretty sure if I remember right, like she was ready to she was like on a boat or something getting ready to leave, but she
Yeah.
she ran back to him and they then it became like they were the ones like if you the famous like the
Embrace a couple.
yeah, embrace like that's been like a case of volcanic ash or stuff. Like you could search it now. Like, that's what they kind of made it look like. Like those two were the ones, which was kind of cool.
I think it was one of those movies I was going to watch, and I forgot about. You know what I mean?
Let's see. I want to see how much money it made.
117 million.
What was the budget though?
100 million.
Was it?
Yeah, so they made its money, but barely. They're probably lucky to have a couple young and upcoming actors in it.
Oh,
Well,
there's
that's true.
that guy that looked like he was pleasuring himself too. I looked up some pictures. Yeah, there's a guy that looked. If you look up like Pompeii, like bodies that were encased, like that died, of course. There's one guy that looks like he was, pleasuring himself before he died.
Oh. Oh, that's right. I know what you're talking about.
There's some kids and stuff.
Carrie
Sad,
Moss-
very sad.
I have not ever seen that. I'll have to watch it.
I wonder where we can watch it.
Netflix, I think.
No, it's on Stars.
Oh, who has Stars?
Nobody has Stars. It's got a 5.5 out of 10 rating. Metascore of 39.
Hulu premium subscription.
Paul Anderson directed it. He did Event Horizon.
Event Horizon was great.
Mortal
Amazon
Kombat.
Prime Video premium subscription. What's the difference between a premium subscription and a regular subscription?
Premium subscription means you pay extra for like stars and stuff.
Oh.
And like the live sports and stuff like that.
It probably got a lot of like viewers because of Kit Harington. I mean, it was
Um,
at the height of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think I only watched it because of him. I don't think I was
Yeah, I think
interested in it
they
other
were
than
they were trying to make money off
Yeah,
of Kit Harington.
Game of Thrones started in 2011. That was in 14. So yeah, it was like the height.
And then he had another good movie with Vin Diesel, I think, right?
Did?
No, that was his wife. His wife had that movie with Vin Diesel,
Rose
where he's
Leslie?
like a witch hunter.
Oh, he's supposed to be a Blade.
Yeah, he was in
Who?
Eternals. Remember?
Kit Harington?
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
in Eternals. He's supposed to play.
Yeah, he was in Eternals. He was in
I
Silent
think.
Hill as well.
Yeah, that movie
He's a-
sucked.
He's gonna be in
Silent-
Blade though next year, 2024.
Yeah, it's his character from Eternals. It was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can't
That's
think
cool.
of. I can't think of the character's name. I think he's supposed to be basically.
Black Knight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was just a human, and
Yeah,
like
then-
his family was He just,
And then at the end of the
that's-
movie, he's about to touch
Ah.
that sword, and then the voice of Blade said, "Are you sure you
Yeah.
want to do that?"
Yeah.
I know Wesley Snipes is too old, but I don't know if I could see Blade as anyone other than Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm going to say that about Wolverine, but eventually we'll get another Wolverine.
No, Wolverine lasts forever. Like he doesn't die.
Yeah.
No, but we'll get another actor for.
Apparently he did though.
No, can't.
Okay. He's going to be in Deadpool, even though he said he's never playing Wolverine again. He decided to play Deadpool again.
Well,
And
that's because they're buddies.
I know the movie would never have happened. Deadpool would never have happened without him.
Whatevs. What else
In-
did I?
Anyways, anybody got any shower thoughts?
Oh. No, I did watch. Oh, dude, you
Oh.
gotta see this Chuck
Hold on.
Norris movie real quick. I want to talk about
Okay.
this Chuck Norris movie I watched. It was on Riff Tracks, which you can get on one of the free channels. They show Riff Tracks for free. Not Tubi, but the other one.
Freebie?
No, not Freebie. The other one. It starts with a P. Don't it start with a P?
Pluto?
Yes, it's on Pluto. That's correct. So it's called Silent Rage. Now this is the poster for it. Says science created him. Now Chuck Norris must destroy him. He's an indestructible man fused with powers beyond comprehension, an unstoppable terror who, in one final countdown, will push Chuck Norris to his limits and beyond. So what it's about is like the movie starts out. Chuck Norris is a cop, and he goes to this house where this guy is going crazy. He's like a whack job. He don't have his meds, and he gets in a fight with Chuck Norris, and the cops shoot him. It was funny because like the guy escapes, and Chuck Norris is there with all these other cops, but Chuck Norris is the only one who went after him. Like, what are the cops doing? They're just kind of standing around. So he goes to the hospital to get operated on, and this doctor juices him up with this stuff, and it
So,
turns him
RoboCop?
into a no. He's with like this drug. He like soups him up with this drug, and it makes himself heal himself. So like they would cut him with a scalpel, and his skin would heal automatically. And he was indestructible, and he was going around killing people while Chuck Norris is banging the doctor's sister, and he just had a hard time killing him because he was indestructible.
Banging the doctor's sister.
Yeah, the doctor.
Not even the doctor's wife. The doctor's
the
sister.
doctor's sister. Yeah, it was funny because like he runs into her in the hallway at the hospital, right?
Before or after he's healing himself.
No, so he goes to the hospital after he beats the guy up the first time, right? That's where
Yeah.
he meets the doctor's sister. The doctor's sister works at the hospital. So he meets her in the hallway, and he's like, "So how are you doing?" And she slaps him across the face. I don't know who you are. You know, she's like all mad. You didn't call me. You didn't do this. Blah, 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 blah. Next thing you know, next scene, they're banging in a bedroom. because I guess the ladies couldn't resist Chuck Norris back in the day. I don't know. I'm glad I had the riff track version of it because that movie's. I mean, it was. I guess you could watch it. It's on Freebie now, I think, or Crackle or something like that. It's called Silent Rage. Yeah, it's on Crackle. If you
Silent
wanna-
Rage.
or you can watch it on the other channel with riff tracks because everything's better with riff tracks. Pluto.
I know I could actually watch a Transformers movie with riff tracks.
Yes. Oh, dude, that's a great one.
Okay, Kimberly has a shower thought, and she is gonna say it. Yeah, you gotta say it. Come here, because you're the one that knows it. You're the one that said it, though.
Oh my gosh. All right. So chiming in, I have a shower thought. Playing Risk of Rain, and you know how they have like the vending machines everywhere where you can get your items. Made me specifically think that gas stations are just a vending machine because you put the money in, you pick what you want, and then you get what you get.
I don't. Oh, maybe.
Mikey said maybe.
But if they're a vending
I can't say
machine, why don't-
maybe. Let's say that is what it is.
but it's not a machine though.
Yeah, it is a gas. The gas
The
pump
gas
is a machine.
station. The gas pump. I thought you said the gas station.
Well, the
They're
whole
like
gas.
the convenience
The,
store.
the whole gas station is a machine.
Like the Jiffy Store part of the gas station, or just gas?
You mean just the gas pump or the whole thing? The pump.
The pump is a vending machine. Is that what
Yes,
you're
because
saying?
you put your money in and then you pick, leaded or unleaded
You push the button.
Or E85?
or diesel if you got money.
To-
You guys are just mad
I
because
don't
you couldn't
I-
come up with anything.
know. I'm just thinking about it. All right, that's
I
why-
am too. I mean,
I mean, life is really just one vending machine. You put your money in and get what you get.
you know, when I was a little kid, I wanted to
It's
be
like
a
saying
gas
an
station.
ATM is a vending machine.
I
That's-
wanted to. I
yeah.
wanted to be a gas station attendant when I was a little kid. I had high ambitions back then.
I wanted to be an astronaut, Chris. Come on now.
That was like I was like 3 or 4. I'm like, I'm gonna be the guy that pumps gas. That guy's cool.
I had
know.
the bright idea when I was little of like, why don't we like have a gas station? And like this is when gas was going up after 9/11. I was like, why don't we just make gas like 50 cents and then you'll sell more of it?
That would
Come
be
on.
the theory, right?
Yeah, but then it wouldn't cover your cost and all that good jazz.
Well, their profits would only be $1 billion, not $4 billion. That's the problem.
Yeah, the big problem right now is the shipping of the gas. I think with the
Because we don't have it local. Ooh, did you hear about the new show Velma on HBO?
I don't hold. That's almost a topic on its own because we are at 1 hour and 3 minutes.
Dude, it's getting ripped. Like,
I know, and
Why?
they went to their standard defense tactics of calling everybody racist for not liking it. Because, so, I'm not going to get political or any way with this. I'm just going to state what the show is. They made Velma and all the crew black. Scooby is not a dog anymore. He is just another guy who is dating Shaggy.
yeah, Velma and Daphne are an item,
Yes.
and Fred's an idiot white guy.
Yes.
That's what. No, but I hear it's like the ratings, like people are trashing it, like big.
Yeah.
time. Not
they,
just.
they are trashing it. They're
I like-
trashing it.
I like the people that they chose for voice actors, though.
Yeah, I do
Yeah,
too. But the
but
problem is they took a known IP, a known license has been going on for almost for 50 years now. How old is Scooby Doo? 50
Oh,
years
it's over
old now?
50 years. It was out. It was
Yeah.
out in the late 60s.
Yeah, for a show that's been going on for over 50 years, they take it and just flip it. When they could have named it anything else, and it probably would have been okay. But they take Scooby Doo and change it, and then Scooby is not even a dog anymore.
Yeah,
How do you
can't
have
do
Scooby
that.
Doo and
Yeah.
not have a dog? He
Can't
is
do
a
that.
dog, as in he's my dog now, but he's not a
Oh
dog
my
as in
God.
like my pet.
September
Listen,
13th.
listen.
It's been around since 1969. Scooby Doo has.
Nice.
This NPR wrote a article It was just published a couple hours ago. It said why HBO Max Velma is considered by some to be the most hated show on TV.
It's got a 1.3 out of 10 on IMDb, 52% Rotten Tomatoes.
Like I said, if they would have maybe named it something else, I haven't watched it. This is just what I've seen, trailers and stuff. If they would have just named it something else, it might have been doing better though.
Yeah, it's
But
you
take
can't
something-
trash an institution of animation. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Scooby Doo, it is. It's Scooby Doo is an institution. That is not a lie.
yeah. And if they wanted to add a black character to the gang, or maybe two, sure, cool. But you change up the entire aspect of the show. A gay couple, Scooby's a human. Whatever. I'm done. I don't want to get political or whatever.
I wasn't surprised. I don't even want to watch it. I mean, it didn't appeal to me. So
No, it didn't appeal to me either. Like I watched a trailer and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna watch it.
yeah,
It'll get probably one more season and it'll quietly
if
go
that,
away.
it may not get a second season.
True.
And the way they're cutting shows off left and right.
I can't wait for the next. Speaking of new shows, I can't wait for the new season of Mandalorian. That trailer was awesome.
Dude, that trailer does look awesome.
I have not seen it.
It just came out Monday night during the football game, halftime. They showed it at halftime.
Oh,
Jeez,
I didn't
Mike,
watch
even
that game.
I saw it. Gosh.
Did you watch the game?
No.
No, what the hell's what happened, Mister? I will not miss football. Blah 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 blah. Should we
Then what
revisit
the-
this conversation, Mikey?
I don't remember that conversation.
I remember this conversation.
I think it's on a podcast somewhere.
I think it was more towards Colts games. If
Did you-
anything.
Did you miss a Colts game this year?
Yeah, because they suck. There's no point in watching them.
Yeah, they were pretty ugly to watch.
Chris, did you miss a Raiders game
And
this
I
year?
wasn't really interested in a Tampa Bay Cowboys game.
I watched the last two of the season. I watched them against the Steelers and then the 49ers. So
I mean, I did watch. I watched the Packers, and they played that. No, wait, the Packers Lions. I watched that one.
the only game I wanted to see,
Jaguars,
I didn't
watched-
watch, which was the San Diego game on
Watched the
Saturday.
Jaguars one. I watched the Sunday game.
The
No,
Buffalo Miami
watch-
game was awesome.
I watched Saturday
that
and
one.
the Sunday games.
Yeah, I watched all day Sunday, but I must say, I'm sick of the 8 o'clock playoff games. I think they're losing a lot of audience by showing games on Sunday night and Monday night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think they're losing a lot of core football fans because a lot of people get up. I mean, I guess they were going based off of it was Martin Luther King on Monday. Maybe that's why they did it on Sunday night. I don't know, but I didn't like the fact that there were two games at 8 o'clock. So, but and you got two games on Saturday and two games on Sunday this week. So first game's at 4:30 on Saturday. Chargers showed who they were.
Yeah,
They were a bunch of
that
scrubs.
was crazy.
And then Trevor Lawrence went and celebrated at a Waffle
At a
House.
Waffle House,
That's so American.
isn't it? And you ever been to Waffle? I went to a Waffle House in
Yes.
South Carolina. That shit's nasty. It's like, and I was like, I had too much to drink, and it still wasn't even good.
Shut your mouth about Waffle House.
Ugh. That place.
You
It's
don't go there
American
for the food. You
institution.
go there for the
Dude, I
people
went
watching
I
drama.
wanted chocolate milk. I ordered chocolate milk because I always order chocolate milk. You know, when I go to those
Did
places.
you get strawberry?
No, I got chocolate. No, they
You just-
pour it out of like a gallon jug. Like they didn't even mix the milk with like chocolate syrup or nothing.
I know we went to freaking IHOP at 2 a.m. one time, and then you got chalky milk.
Dude, that chocolate milk was good. See, they mix it. That's why IHOP's the best to get chocolate chip pancakes, eggs, and chocolate milk. Some good shit. I can't even stay out that late anymore. 10:30 is my bedtime on a weekend.
Shit, I'm falling asleep by 8:30 anymore.
So yeah, like it's almost 9:30. I'm going to bed.
Like I'm like wanting to go to bed right now. I'm trying to wrap up the podcast.
Dude,
I am
let me
so
tell you,
sick
getting
and
off
tired.
at
Right.
3:45 in the afternoon is freaking awesome, though.
Oh, I don't doubt it. I wish I could, but I got. Hey, I picked up 8 hour. I picked up 30 minutes of overtime this week, so I'll take it.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll
they're
be
like,
getting
hey-
off at 2:30
Why so early?
because I go in at 6:30.
Oh.
I do 8
Oh.
hours, 8.5 hours or so.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
That's why I started at 7:15. I love doing that. I'd rather get in early, get it done, and then I've got the
Yep.
afternoon.
Heck,
I still
I
have
don't,
late afternoon. I can still do stuff. You know what I mean?
I don't mind my 8:30 or 8 o'clock to 4:30. It's fine by me. It's better than getting done at 6 o'clock like I was at the with the bus.
Right. Exactly. But you can still go to the doctor. You can still go to the dentist. You can go get groceries and be home
That's my
before
problem
5.
with the 4:30 is I can't get anything done. Still, I got 30 minutes to get somewhere.
Right. Right. Exactly. But oh well, it works.
It's better than 6 o'clock.
Better than
where
6,
it's like
7 o'clock.
I get home and I barely even want to eat because it's so late.
Right.
Or even later when I was working, Orange Line.
Yeah. Getting home at 7:30.
Oh, I purposely dragged my feet like cleaning and stuff. I was like, you know what? They're gonna pay me to be here longer. I don't care.
That's right.
All right. Anyways, thank you for listening to the podcast. You can catch us at Pod Nerds on Twitter, Who's Your Nerds on Facebook. You can watch and listen to us on YouTube. You can listen to us at Spotify, iTunes, TuneIn Radio, and Amazon. And if you don't know Who's Your Nerds,
That's us.
That's us, babe.
It's us.
it's us.